in the jungle. So Simba is there. I don't know if there is like a fun fact behind that, but anyways, KBG's team and also Imperio's team will start the classical way.
Aurora against Simba, man. Can he win it against the king of the jungle? We must see. I think what I'm also curious about is the roaming Arlet right here, because usually there's a lot of reasons why the Arlet does well, but it's almost a necessity. If the Arlet falls behind, KBG is going to find it very difficult. Look at the EXP lane, and see, just doing a lot of damage, true damage.
Oh, Tide's already going to have to flicker around. There's Aurora. First blood going to the hands of Imperio right away. Under a minute. Simba should be just fine to back off, but that's a good start for Imperio already.
And this first blood gate was like brought to you by Kadia, and right now, let's have a quick look at the emblems.
Look at the agility and wilderness blessings available for Keep Best, but
Steffi going to be in trouble here. He flickers out. There's Aurora again. One hit away. He'll get it. Does the turret take him out? It doesn't. Imperio off to a strong start. Tides will finally get a kill. Oh, he's on the hunt. Aurora, level 4, level 2 Tides. Aurora gonna run into the wall, and it'll be a double for Tides.
There can be only one king in the jungle, and so far it has been the Wolf.
It's been the Wolf, but he gets taken out there, unfortunately. But this is what Imperio wants. Even if they don't really win super hard in the early game, that late game 1-1 is what they're waiting for. And level 4 is where they can try and use this Angela Roger combo. We haven't seen it before, but in theory, right, more movement speed, more damage, it can definitely work in favor of Imperio Esports.
But the thing I haven't seen quite much is the baby setting of the Angela, but for the XP lane.
There it is right there. Aurora with hard guard. They slam into KBG, but Steffi's gonna fall. They still have some firepower to go through. Marquino's in trouble. He will fall. It's a double. CU gets it on this X-Borg. They're going to back off for now. Aurora could go ahead and take this buff as well. Alongside, they took the turtle. But there's fight left in KBG.
That was a bit extra from Imperio, man. It seemed that they already got the neutral objective. They can really walk away. But they go in and tank the whole last Insanity. Granted, it's still an early game situation right here. No real items for the X-Borg just yet. But if they repeat the kind of mistake, it might be fatal later on, as Ur is able to actually avoid a gank. That mobility is mainly what makes the 1-1 so good. If the items can come in and provide more damage on top of the utility, that is the ideal situation that Imperio want to look for.
Well, KBG is pulling off a quite good performance compared to Nova team that we have witnessed in the MPLI. So for some of you who might have expected, yeah, the KBG wouldn't like have a chance, or like based on history, they wouldn't, or like they will not play good. Well, they are playing good. They are ahead in goal, just with a little bit, but they know what exactly they are doing, and they are executing it really, really smoothly.
And it's a great execution so far, but they need to do a bit more than that, because if they want to really take over, they have to try and push the advantage right here and use what they have. Tides with 2 kills right here is going to be a bit too difficult to deal with, especially in the early game. At least a 1v1. That is something that they have to try and take advantage of, and maybe do some aggressive maneuvers into the jungle, right? Let Simba, the rightful king of the jungle, to assert his dominance.
Well, the king in the jungle, as I told you, there should be just one king in the jungler. A ship with 2 captains always sinks. So this ship should have only one captain and only one ruler in the jungle. Will it be Simba, or will it be Aurora? You're in the mid lane is trying to just like freeze the lane a little bit against God Yang. And so far, so good. Team Imperio and Team KBG are just around the corner to be equal to each other.
Once again, it's going to be a 4 versus 4 for the Turtle. They're going to jump in. Penalty zone finding 2. LMU going to be in trouble. Hard guard comes through. Simba will get the Turtle. Can they get the fight? Simba's still going to back off. They're trying to get Marquino. They can't find him. Tides flickers out. Stays alive, or tried to, as he gets 1 shot left by Aurora as he finds the kill.
What a fadeaway by Aurora right there. That was a messy fight, but Imperio, they're still coming on top technically. I think Keep Best Gaming were just a bit too overzealous right there, almost baited. And when they're kiting backwards from Imperio, that's where it's kind of dangerous, because they do have that Lilia that outputs that damage. And the Purify, makes it so difficult for Imperio to get a decisive kind of team fight because there's always going to be a back and forth kiting situation. For now though, the fact that Aurora has 3 kills is definitely not ideal, and he, I believe, is out-farming Simba, having a 1 level advantage. So that is something that Imperio need to be using to their advantage.
I'm impressed actually by the performance of both teams because so far Imperio have been showing really good performance, and KBG, oh, it seems like he knows what's happening inside that bush. He just doesn't want to get in because he knows it's a diff bush, and if he went in, he will just like lose his life, and it's not worth it. They don't like, how can I say, they don't want to play an aggressive gameplay, and also I think that they have prepared so much.
Yeah, again, a part of this is protect Godyek, right? Let him shine on this carry later on. And the fact that Tides kind of stalled this initiation from Imperio for now is great. And you can see some of the backup from LMU is coming as well. We'll see if they can keep it together. Godyek going to be the focus here. Under the turret they go. That's a lot of damage. Plus the hard guard comes through. They get the lockdown. Godyek going to fall. Simba joining the party. Can he get a kill? Gets the minion to clear it out. Keeps the turret alive. But they lost 2 bodies for KBG.
What an insane dive right there. Godyek just does not have enough damage to really compete in that situation. And that was even before the crossbow of Tang was used. So Imperio Esports, this isn't even their final form. They can go even harder than LMU.
Gets the crossbow of Tang off that time. He's going to take out LMU. And now a turtle. 3rd one of the game up. Does KBG actually want to contest this? They're still relatively keeping the gold even. But you can see the decision-making coming through. Final slash. There's the hard guard already being used on Aurora. They're trying to fight it out. Last Insanity can come through as well. They force Imperio back for now. So you're going to have to flicker out. He stays alive. No one falls. But Turtle still for the taking here for Imperio.
I think that Xborg pick is the one that Team KBG focuses on to carry on the early game, but the late game damage will be most focused on that carry and the true damage.
Simba goes in, takes the turtle, just like that. KBG didn't even need to contest it. They believed in Simba, and he did it.
Smooth criminal right there, just stealing it from under their noses. Now engaged though from Steffi. It's going to work.
Yep, they get the last Insanity out. That is a resource out for now. But again, great thing from KBG. They are keeping up with Imperial right now.
Yeah, they are keeping up, and actually I'm surprised by how much they are showing in their first appearance. KBG is doing really great, but Team Imperial on the other hand is also doing a decent, and like showing a decent amount of experience. Team Imperial might actually be a dark horse.
Dark horse, Imperio? I mean, KBG is also doing really, really good because if you notice, right, there have been a lot of traps set up by Imperio, but Tides just hasn't been falling for it. He keeps predicting where they're where they're setting up the trap and avoiding it, showing great instincts so far. And they're only letting Siyu just stand in the front and take the damage, knowing that he can just escape with the Firaga armor. And as time passes, Simba and Godyek are gonna do even more and more damage, Lumu as well. Afterwards, Imperio, the one that's going to fall off, because if they build a Wind of Nature or a Winter Truncheon, that could be the end of it.
Yeah,
very decisive. Again, Steffi going to find the mark. Tides going to be in trouble. Final slash, trying to buy some time. CU joins. LMU is there as well. Can they turn the tide? Crossbow of Tang going to be expended, and they back off after that. Imperial knows exactly what they want to do.
KPG knows that Imperial wants to force that team fight, and they know that they have to go back. I really admire how many times Team KPG and their map awareness was there to avoid inevitable fights, but to get the best, I'm gonna say the best outcome from such an inevitable ending fight for Team Imperial. So far, they are depending so much on that Xborg. Do you think that, when will we see the carry shine?
I think at about 13 minutes, that's the general assumption. It's late game kind of, even though it's not super, super late game. Once the core items are done, there's gonna be danger coming in from Keep Best Gaming. But afterwards, in the late game, let's say 16, 17 minutes, that's where we expect Keep Best Gaming to itemize accordingly and just nullify a lot of the tools that Imperio has. The healing, for example, they can get reduction for that. They can go for immunity to deal with the crossbow of Tang. Once they do that, I think the late game is dangerously difficult for Imperio to beat. So they gotta try and make use of this Lord as much as possible.
Yeah, they have opened up that bot lane just to keep KBG busy until they get the Lord. Do they get the Lord, or do they want the
Simba's
teamfight?
not even there for this Lord, but most likely going to go to the hands of Imperio.
Oh.
Aurora does get it. Simba still pushing to the top side. You in trouble, has the immortality. God Yang trying to help him out, but won't be enough. A couple hits away, and they find it. Now God Yang left alone under the turret, trying to bomb, trying to weave, still going, keeping alive for as long as he can. Will finally fall.
Simba.
So KBG trying to find something.
They are trying to fight something, but they just got one turret in exchange for a Lord. Maybe at some point, maybe that's a good exchange, but look at both junglers. They are just like hungry. They, you know, like Simba, he's hungry. Wolf, he's also hunting blood. So both of them want to get that kill, but they are now back to safety, and Team KBG approaches a defensive phase.
It's a 2.3k gold lead, and Imperio are trying to increase it even more with this Lord. Seeing that Keep Best Gaming are just content on staying under the turrets, just playing it really, really safe right now. They have the late game, I would say. It's great confidence.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, they let go of too many things. The gold lead can just spiral out of control. I think generally, to be able to just brute force win the game, most people would say about 10k is where it's at. So 7k gold lead.
Oh! Huge initiation from Imperio under the turret. Can they still continue on? LMU gonna grab a kill. Marquino in trouble. Heart Guard gonna be used as well. Aurora grabs a kill. Imperio is hungry, but all they got out of it is tides.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That flicker ultimate, that flicker engagement from the Kufra was really good. It was well executed. They didn't get most of the kills. All of them ran away, but Tide was there to be the sacrificial lamb.
Look at the gold swing though. Generally, I think it swung in favor of Keep Best Gaming. They can take whatever trade any trade they can get right now, they definitely want, but Siu.
Siu gonna be in trouble here. Took quite a bit. Aurora, again, we talked about the combination, the Heart Guard with this Roger, the way that he works. It's too fast for KBG to deal with right now.
The amount of split bushing that Simba is doing making me feel like he's an Hayabusa or maybe a Fanny, because he's so focused on that bush.
He can 1v1 anyone, I feel like, at this point, unless he really makes a big mistake. For Imperio, though, they have a very one-dimensional teamfight style, right? You're generally is the one in charge of dealing the damage, so if they can zone him away, he can go for a fight without him available. Oh, I just said that, but he just takes it away.
He does take it away, but we wanna know the in-game equipment with you, Arashi. What is like catching your eyes right now?
Well, for now, no real Wind of Nature done yet for God Yang, so he can't really be as aggressive as he wants, but he does have damage. So if Imperio dives in a bit too aggressively...
Oh, Tide's gonna be in trouble. Final slash on 4 members, but nothing to follow up with. So despite that, they can't do anything about it. Imperio building on the momentum you talked about, Arashi. They're now nearly 5k ahead and Lord in sight.
Even by having that final slash taking 5 members of Team Imperio, there was no backup, there was no follow-up from the Team KBG. Will they go for that Lord? That's a huge question.
Steffi gonna charge in again, finds LMU, gets that Purify out. They're gonna keep the map bay. Still, Lord gonna be worked on by Aurora, and there's nothing KBG can do about it for now.
I think that Simba, will they rely on Simba to take a neutral objective once again alone?
Ooh, I mean, I think that's a bit too idealistic. There's so many ways that Imperio can really stop Simba from even coming close to the Lord. But now that he has that Winter Truncheon, this is what I'm talking about. The more counters they have towards the main damage source of Imperio, the better they can do. And at this point, Lumu on that Lilia is doing a lot of damage. If they can coordinate and get Tides to engage with him, there could be a lot of potential, but no.
Yeah, he's going to be in trouble here. Black Shoe's already going to be used, but look at all the damage and members from Imperio. Simba trying to help him out, joins the fight, pops the damage. LMU will go down, and meanwhile on the bottom side, they were trying to defend the base. KBG being split up, and now the Lord making its way top side.
Imperio can rely on the Lord to finish that job and to take that kill, and now the base is cracked wide open. Just one mid lane turret is still there.
Stefan gonna jump in again, finds his mark. They're going for it. Penalty zone going to be used along with the crossbow tang. And now the base going to be worked on. Imperio will take game number 1.
Imperio team takes game number 1 in a best of 3 series.